All right, guys, what's good? This is exactly how you're going to hit 10K per month with SMMA before Christmas. Okay, this is going to be a full in-depth guide. I'm going to get into everything. Right, I'm going to go through what SMMAs. I'm going to go through how you book appointments, close appointments, and also service delivery. Right, so you have the full A to Z guide to get started and hit 10K a month before Christmas. Now, I guess first and foremost, you might have just this might be the first video of mine that you see, so you might be thinking, why should I listen to you? Okay. Firstly, my agency, so this is a screenshot I literally took right now. Month to date, we've done just under $30,000. MRR is just under $30,000 as well, right? So my agency does $30,000 every single month. Now, I'm not crazy qualified. Trust me, there's people in the space a lot more qualified than me doing 10, 20, 30, 100 times what I'm doing right now, right? But I think I'm pretty qualified to tell you how to hit 10K a month. And if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that your goal is to hit 10K a month. And if it is, I'm going to show you exactly how you do that in this video, right? I'm not a flipping nerd like half of these people on the online space. Most of these people are just like weird, bro. If you watch my other videos, you know the type of person I am. I'm literally just going to be upfront. I'm just going to be straight up with everything, right? I'm not no like linen wearing guru who's just fucking out in Dubai doing some dumb shit, bro. That's not who I am. Okay, I just fucking make money. I'm trying to make even more money than this. 30K for me right now is nothing, right? I'm trying to hit way bigger numbers. But this is why you should listen to me. If you genuinely take action on what I'm about to say, there's no world where you're not going to hit 10K before Christmas. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. So, I guess first and foremost, what is SMMA? Because I'm assuming you're a complete beginner, right? Essentially, SMMA is simple. You're just delivering a service to someone, and in return, they're paying you, and that service is marketing, right? So, 9 times out of 10, that's in the form of Facebook advertising. Do Facebook ads, don't do any other weird shit. But yeah, this is just a picture of a contractor because my niche is construction companies. So that can be roofers, siding contractors, floorers, pavers, shit like that, right? You run ads for them and they give you money, and you get them on a monthly contract, right? Like 2,000 a month, 2.5K a month, and that's how you build your MRR. But that's essentially what I do, right? That's what SMMA is. Now, in terms of SMMA, there's three things. It's just booking appointments, closing appointments, and service delivery, right? Because you need to retain the clients. Otherwise, you're not really making it per month. You make it 1 month and that's it. Um, and to hit the 10K a month goal that we set out to do, right, it's very easy because let's say each client is paying you 2.5K, right? You only need four clients. And we've got 2 whole months till Christmas, right? Before the end of the year. That means you need to sign a client every 15 days, essentially. And I promise you, sign a client every 15 days is so fucking easy, okay? Like, if you put it into perspective, signing a client every 15 days is crazy easy. It's not hard at all. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in this video, but once you work the numbers, 10K might seem like a lot, but once you work backwards and reverse engineer it, I promise you it's not a lot of money, okay? You need to get that thought out of your mind, because I guess my first point here, first and foremost, right, you need to change the way you think about everything mentally, because business is a game where you can't come in with the same mindset you've had for your whole life, right? Um, I mean, I learned this through years of just being in business. I'm 18 now. I've been in business for like 3 years overall. Like, I think I started my first business when I was like 15, right? So I've been in business for a while. And only recently, when I started making money, I've had this change in mindset where everything's internal in a sense, right? I'm not going to make this a mindset video of how I've done videos before, where I've done like mindset sort of videos. So I won't get into it. I won't get into it that much. I'll make another video on it, more in depth another day. But I guess my point is, you just have to change the way you think, right? You need to sort of attract things, right? In a manifestation sense, in an esoteric sense. It sounds weird, but that's just the truth. You genuinely business is a game where you literally take what you can get, and you can not take what you can get, but you can literally have what you think, essentially, right? You have what you believe. So you need to come into this with a mindset where you're 101% confident that you're going to be able to achieve what you set out to do, right? So in this case, is 100K before the end of the year, not 100K, 10K a month before the end of the year. And you need to have full faith in yourself that you're going to do that. Otherwise, it's not going to work, right? It's just, I don't know what it is. It could be some esoteric powers. The universe is just not going to give you what you want, right? So you need to come into it with a different mindset you need to adopt a different mindset. That's just business in general. But I'll make a more in-depth video on that later. But I guess getting into specifics of it then. First and foremost, sorry, what the fuck? First and foremost is setting appointments, right? Now, setting appointments is easy. Just do cold SMS. It's very, very, very easy, okay? You send this exact SMS. Hey, it's a name here. Can you guys take on an extra 3 to 6 projects this month? It's pay on results. So yeah, that's the SMS you should run, right? Very simple. You can make iterations. You can put this in ChatGPT. You can test different SMS scripts, but all you need to do is do SMS, right? Now, SMS is pretty complicated because not complicated, but um, there's a few things to it because to send SMS, right? First of all, you're going to be sending from a website called Go High Level. If you don't know what Go High Level is, research it. I'm not going to like. I know there's like a beginner's tutorial. I'm not going to go through every single shit, right? You need to have if you want to succeed in this game, you got to be proactive. You got to just figure this shit out on your own, right? But essentially, cold SMS, you're going to be sending it from sub accounts and Go High Level. And the tricky thing is, you need to get A2P verified. And to get A2P verified, you need legal business information. So that can be like an EIN from an LLC, for example, right? I think it needs to be either US or Canadian business information, because that's the market you're going to target. Don't target any other market. That's the best market, the US market. And yeah, to get ATP verified to send SMS in the US, you need either EIN number or the Canadian equivalent, right? Now, there's two things you can do. You can go to Busy. Busy right here, right? And you can register for an EIN number as a non-US citizen. So that's something you can do if you don't have business information, right? So there's not much else you can do. And the other way is to buy an ATP account. Now, buying an ATP account isn't that hard. You can join Discord servers and find people selling it. Matter of fact, if you want to buy an ATP account, join my Discord server in the I'll put it in the description. I think there's a few people selling ATP accounts on there. They just sell it for like $200-$300 a pop. But yeah, invest in ATP. I mean, you need it, otherwise you're not going to sign clients, bro. Don't like cold calling. Yeah, you can cold call, but it's pretty tricky. I wouldn't recommend it. Cold SMS is always my go-to, right? So that's how you're going to get ATP verified and Go High Level. And then you just scrape leads from Outscraper. If you don't know what Outscraper is, it's just a lead scraping platform. I mean, I won't make this Outscraper guide, but yeah, you can get leads from Outscraper. It gets you Google Maps leads. It's got like its whole database. You can clean the leads through Clear Out Phone or whatever, and then you can just blast SMS, okay? And then after you blast SMS, you're going to get positive replies. And this is a script you should use to book these positive replies in, okay? So I'm literally giving you everything. In this script, you have an intro, and then you have discovery, qualification, then you got the pitch, and then you got close for the meeting, okay? So I'll scroll through it sort of slowly. And you can take screenshots and shit. This script is going to work. You're going to book them in if you use the script. Don't sound like a robot, though. You actually need to sound like a human being. Because if you sound like a robot, they're going to sense I'm going to book a meeting with you. But yeah, if you want this script as well, join the Discord. I'll send you the script. But that's all there is to booking meetings, right? After you book the meeting, that's meetings in the calendar. There's not much else to that. It's not hard. It just takes a couple reps. You need to get used to it, but after you get used to it, it's pretty easy from there. That's setting appointments, and I guess the next point sort of follows on from setting appointments, but it's your actual show up rate, right? Which is very important because if you book like 5-10 meetings and you have like a 10% show up rate, it's pretty shit. Okay, so you want to make sure they show up, and to do so is very easy. You just need a simple follow-up system. Okay. Actually, other than the follow-up system, the most important aspect of them showing up is the setting call itself, okay? So when you set them, when you're on the phone with them, if you don't build enough trust, if you don't build enough authority, they're not going to show up either way, okay? So you want to make sure you actually build that trust and authority for them to show up. And to do that, the calls usually take 10 to 12 minutes where if it's like a short 4 or 5 minute call, don't expect them to show up because most of the time you just haven't built that trust, right? You haven't gained their trust. They don't see your service as worth their time. Whereas if you actually build that trust and authority and they see that you're worth their time, they're going to show up at the meeting. Other than that, book them in same day if you can. If not, book them in next day. Don't book them in day after next, okay? They're not going to show. I mean, they might, but it decreases it significantly. So try get same day bookings. But then other than that, what you also want is a back end lead nurturing system, no, back end shop system, right? Automations. So essentially, they'll book a meeting on Go High Level Calendar, send the confirmation email and text message. 1 hour later, send them SMS with client results. If you don't have any, you can fake it, I'll be honest. And then 1 hour before the meeting, send them an SMS, ask them if they're still good to make it, and also call them up, okay? Call up all your meetings before the meeting, and always just get double confirmation they're going to show up, okay? And then during the meet time, you just send SMS and email with the meet link. So you don't need a crazy big shop system, because quite frankly, like, if you send different messages or you have a different shop system, it's not going to affect your shop rate that massively, okay? The only thing which affects it massively is the setting call, so you want to make sure you do that portion properly. But yeah, that's how you're going to make sure they show up. And if you get like a 50% show up rate, bro, out of 10 meetings, you're going to have 5 show up pretty easily. But that's show up rate, and yeah, reverse engineer the numbers, and you're going to have a pretty full calendar. I mean, you reverse engineer the numbers, right? Let's say we send 1K SMS a day. Now I send 3K, right? But I'm guessing you guys don't have that much money to spend on SMS. So let's say we're just sending 1K a day, right? Per week, if we do Monday through Sunday to Saturday, sorry, you're not going to send Sunday, that's 6K SMS. Now let's say you book one meeting every 6 SMSs, okay? So 1,000 SMS, which is, I wouldn't say it's not good metrics. It's pretty shit, but let's just be pessimistic, right? That's 6 meetings in a week. And if you've got a 50% short rate, you have 3 meetings in a week. Now, that's not great. Okay, 3 meetings a week is not good. But 3 meetings a week is all you really need to get a couple closes. You don't need that much. Like, this is so easily reverse engineerable. If you double this is going to double. If you do 2K SMS, you're going to get 6 meetings. That's basically a meeting a day. If you do 3K, you're going to get 369 meetings, right? So yeah, just reverse engineer the numbers for whatever works for you, but try send 1.5K in the beginning to start off with, because if you don't have money to invest, you can't just blast a shit ton of SMS, right? But yeah, start with that, sign a client, and you can always increase it, but always just reverse engineer the numbers. It's not that complicated. But yeah, that's booking meetings, getting them to show up, getting a good calendar. Then it comes to closing, right? Now, FYI, in closing, you obviously have to show them client results. If you don't have any client results, just rip ads off Facebook ad library if you have no results and say they're yours, okay? And then just fake some results, just fake testimonials, I won't lie. But yeah, when it gets to closing, it's pretty simple. People overcomplicate it a lot. I guess the most important thing is just putting in the reps. You need to get on sales calls to get good at closing first and foremost. But other than that, in terms of closing, a sort of crash course on closing, right? First is discovery, where you create urgency and pain. To create urgency, you just need to make sure that they understand there's a gap between where they're at right now and where they want to go. You genuinely just need to exemplify that gap for them to understand that, okay? That's going to build pain. And urgency, you just need to find the motivation for wanting to do this. And a lot of the time is making more money, right? And behind making more money, I guess that's where the real urgency is, right? They want to, I don't know, go on more holidays, do this, do that. That's where you build urgency. That's where urgency comes from. But that's the discovery portion. And then there's the pitch. You want to pitch your sort of services, what you do. And as you're doing it, you want to constantly temp check them. So you just want to ask them, okay, so what do you think of this? Do you like this? Do you like that? Just so you sort of know what they're feeling throughout the sales call, so you can address anything. You can see if anything they don't particularly like, and you can just sort of retrain the way they're thinking about it to make sure they like it. Then it comes to closing. State the price and remain silent. Don't be the first one to talk. And because through temp checking, you should have pre-handled all the objections, they should literally just say yes and you get paid. Simple as that. Easier said than done, I won't lie. But once you get the reps, it becomes second nature. I mean, I've got like a 70% closing rate now because I've done it so much and I sort of know what to say. So yeah, just get setting appointments. Don't expect to close five out of your five first sales calls, right? Go in there with don't go in there with the mindset you're not going to close them, but just go in there with the mindset you're going to close them. Don't go in there with no fucked mindset. Go in there with the mindset you're going to close them. You're going to get fucking money out of them. Um, and I mean you will, because what you think is what's going to happen, but it perfection comes with reps, right? The more closing calls you take, the better you're going to get. So that's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, at this point, you'd have booked appointments, you'd have closed them, and now it just comes down to service delivery, right? And PS, service delivery is the easiest part. And people overcomplicate it so much. I'm going to show you the easiest method to do. This is what I done in the beginning to get some good results for my first couple clients. And yeah, you can do the exact same thing. And it is a meta library method, meta library method. I'm sure you've heard of it before, but if you haven't, essentially you just search up meta ads library. Go on the ads library, you just rip competitors, bro. So search up United States, all ads. Let's say you're doing roofing, right? Let me search up roofing. Or yeah, let me just search up roofing. And this is what you want to do. You don't want to just start scrolling down. You want to click filters to and filter it for a month. So first of October, right? And that means all these ads have been running for a month. And essentially that tells me that it's doing good, right? So like South Bay home remodeling, let me tell bro, literally, like I'd just rip this video. You could try create it yourself. I mean, me personally, I'll just get some guy or Fiverr to do it for me. I'll literally send them this and be like, hey, do this for this client. This is their company name, this is their logo, go do it, pay them like 10, $15 and they'll do it for me. Rip the copy, we click learn more. You can see this is a landing page, rip that landing page, get free. Let's see the form, right? Um, Here's a form, right? It's pretty shit form. You can add some qualification questions in. But yeah, I'd literally rip this ad, rip these creatives. Same sort of concept. Like just keep going down, and you can sort of see what ads are working, what's not. Um, and yeah, literally just rip the ads. You can add your own variation to it. Look at this. Like yeah, like that's for different too. That's not for homeowners, right? But you get the point. You can make changes after you find a winning ad, rip it 100%, run it, get some results, and as you're getting results, then you can make changes and split test other ads to see what's working. um but yeah, that's essentially how I do service delivery, right? Now at one point, if you're like me, and you've done a shit ton of service delivery and you've run ads for a shit ton of clients, right? You're going to be in the position where you just know what works. You've run so many of your own tests. You know what copies work. You know what creatives work. And that's the position I'm at. I don't do this method anymore because I know what works. So I know with my clients, I'm going to do A. If A doesn't work, I'm going to transition into B. If B doesn't work, I'm going to transition into Z, and so on until I'm literally at the last letter of the alphabet, right? I know exactly what to do. I have everything SOP'd out. So you can see, right, literally just rip this video, rip this landing page. But that's my point, right? Do this in the beginning, and then after you get some experience, after you sort of know what you're doing in a sense, and you run your own tests, service delivery is going to be easy because you know what prints, and yeah, it's not that hard. But that's essentially it. Like you can see, it's very very simple SMMA. It's not hard at all. People overcomplicate it. I guess people think it's hard because it's a bit slow in the beginning, but you just got to stick to it, right? There's going to be times where you don't have many positive replies from the SMS, but those are times you got to stick through it. There's going to be days where you have fucking 0% show up rate. Those are days you got to stick through it, bro. Like there's going to be ups and downs with SMMA, just like any other business model. Sorry, I was just saying there's going to be many ups and downs, just like any other business model in SMMA. But it's just a point of sticking through. And once you get some momentum in business, check out my video on momentum, right? Because it's a very important concept. But once you get momentum in business, you can just ride that shit, right? Ride it to the moon. 10K is not hard. As I said, 10K is just 4 clients paying you 2.5K a month. If you're taking 3 meetings a week, throughout a month, that's 12 meetings. That's 24 meetings by the end of the year. you just need to close 4 out of 25, bro, which is so fucking easy. Trust me, it's not hard. And you're going to be at 10K a month recurring. That's not just one-off payments. So yeah, this is literally the guide. Follow this step by step. You're going to hit 10K by the end of the year. If you have any questions, you can comment. You can also join my Discord. It's going to be in the link in the description. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.